Hey everyone, Switch here. It's time for a further video, and it's about Discord, and it's about his role in G5. Like many fans may know that he has been living under beneath the former city of Canterlot. But the main question is, why? Why has he been living under beneath the former city? Well, there might be a reason for that. But I will give you into some different parts, two main different reasons that he could be living there. This is actually that came attention to me by my girlfriend though. She was the one who actually came up with this one of the ideas of why he would be living there. One, I will tell that is part one of the parts. But let's go into theories. Number one. The first theory. Why was he living under beneath the former capital of Canterlot? Well, since the main six are long gone, but since also Canterlot is one of the places he has a strong connection to during his friend's lifetime, especially Luna, Celestia, and the main six. But why was he living there and not perhaps in his home dimension? Well, when the magic was gone, it's possible that his dimension was erased, or it was just that he no longer had access to it. But then, why Canterlot? Well, it's possible that he could just stay in Ponyville. Because since most of his friends, especially his best friend Fluttershy, was living in Ponyville, it has a strong connection to that. Even if he didn't want to live in the Ponyville, he could have just lived somewhere else. But living in, for example, in Fluttershy's old cottage, which still was intact in the G5 timeline, it would still bring so much sadness to him, even though it was one of the best places that he could be with. But that might be the reason to why he chose Canterlot. Being a place that even though has a strong connection to Fluttershy and her friends, but living in the city, in a small town, or even in Fluttershy's cottage would only deepen his sorrow, his longing for to be with his best friend. That might be actually one of the reasons to why he decided to live in underground. And another thing is, he may actually been aware of this underground caverns of Canterlot. And when all of his friends have passed away, he may have decided maybe it was time to move somewhere where he can be perhaps like a self-imposed exile. Perhaps he decided to exile himself from the society at whole after Fluttershy had died, and decided to live underneath the caverns of Canterlot. It's a more likely possibility, but is it possible that he did that without any of his friends even knew about it? It's possible. Ever since he lost Fluttershy, Discord felt that there was no reason for him to stay there, and this might have been after some time after the magic had vanished. And since he no longer could just go back to his own dimension, he may have withdrawn himself to the caverns underneath of Canterlot. And there might actually be another reason why no one else knew about them. It perhaps is but just only Luna and Celestia knew about them. And that was also the main reason to why Discord decided to live underground. Since he withdrew himself from society at whole, like as exile. And since no one knew about those caverns, he felt that he would be more undisturbed, and he remained there for eternity. And even though only had some animals as companions, but it's just how he might have felt. After this magic was totally gone, and all of his friends from that time was no longer around. It may actually also be the main reason to also that he decided to just live by himself, withdrawn from himself from the entire society. Everyone he had once known were gone, and he may not have felt any there was no reason for him to stay there. So that might actually be one of the reasons to why he decided to live underground. But let's focus on theory number 2. Even though he might wanted to live in Ponyville, but he decided to simply live underground. Theory number 2, and this one is what my girlfriend came up with. The main reason to why that Discord was living underneath Canterlot in the first place is because that he may actually have been assigned to a long-term mission by Twilight and her friends. As you all know, Discord is immortal, so this would have been a perfect for him. Other than having generation after generation been watching at this, performing this mission, you may want to wonder what kind of mission would it be if he had to be living underneath the Canterlot city, and even though that he knows that his friends will age and pass away. Well, that mission may involve the statue in Canterlot that contains Tyrk, Cozy Glow, and Chrysalis. Twilight and her friends may actually felt some concern. What if the trio would somehow escape from the statue prison? And they felt that Discord would be the only one to be able to stop them. So, they had asked him to be the guardian, to protect and make sure that the trio don't escape. Since he is immortal, rather than having him be watching that statue, rather from having someone passing on the duty, the mission from generation to generation. Because eventually someone in their family may actually forget the main reason to why. But Discord, he would never do that, because he is immortal, and due to that, he can live forever. So it may be that the reason to why Discord is living underground. But wait, why is he living underground when he's supposed to be watching a statue? Well, since he has some animal friends, companions, they may actually be the one that can live on the surface and also been told to help him, to keep an eye on the statue. And that the fact that if they somehow notice there are any signs that the statue is cracking or that they are escaping, they can immediately warn him. Even though they may not even, that they can't even speak to each other verbally. Because Discord may not even understand the animals, but if they are acting panicking, he may understand something is wrong. So, that might actually be the reason why he's living underground, because he may actually been used to living underground for some while, and that he's using his animal companions as extra support. That might actually be the main reason to that. But think about it. It's many of the reasons to why that Discord was chosen. Because one, he was deeply trusted now by his friends, and since he's the only one other from the main six that could be defeating them. But since that they will be gone, and he will live forever. So, this is the only two theories to why Discord was living underneath the former city of Canterlot. I hope you understand all you had understanding, and if you have your own theories or even thoughts about this, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, this is HW signing off.